When we think of ancient Egypt, the image that often comes to mind is that of the imposing pyramids of Giza, guarded by the enigmatic gaze of the Sphinx. But what if I told you that Egypt was much more than that? That behind the colossal stones and the tombs of the pharaohs, there was a vibrant society, full of complexity, innovations, and mysteries yet to be unraveled. Today, we dive into the life of ancient Egypt beyond the pyramids, exploring how ordinary people lived, what they ate, how they worked, and even how they celebrated life and death. Get ready to discover an Egypt that few people know. Are you ready for this journey through time? Then come with me. Ancient Egypt was, first and foremost, a deeply rural society. The daily life of most people revolved around the Nile River, the beating heart of Egyptian civilization. This river was not just a source of water, but also the primary means of transportation, communication, and, of course, the foundation of agriculture. The annual flooding cycle of the Nile was sacred, bringing fertility to the arid lands and ensuring abundant harvests. The Egyptians lived in small, mud-brick villages with simple houses built to withstand the extreme heat of the desert. The interiors of these homes were modest, with few furnishings and a focus on functionality. But daily life was not only about hard work. There was room for celebrations, religious festivals, and moments of leisure. Board games like Senet were popular, and music and dance played essential roles in social and religious events. The diet was based on bread and beer, complemented by vegetables, dates, honey, and occasionally meat. Interestingly, Egyptian bread was famous for being somewhat gritty due to the mixture of poorly sifted grains with particles of desert sand. Despite this, Egyptian cuisine was varied and rich, reflecting the ingenuity of a people who knew how to make the most of available resources. In ancient Egypt, religion was not just a spiritual practice, but an integral part of life. The Egyptians believed that the gods influenced every aspect of existence, from the Nile floods to the birth of a child. Temples, in turn, were more than places of worship. They were economic and administrative centers, employing thousands of people. The gods had both human and divine characteristics, and each played a specific role in maintaining the balance of the universe. Ra, the sun god, brought light and warmth. Osiris ruled the underworld and was associated with the afterlife, while Isis, one of the most revered goddesses, was the protector of families and the healer of diseases. For the Egyptians, living in harmony with the gods was essential, which is why they made daily offerings, from food to precious objects. But Egyptian religion went beyond the grand temples. In homes, amulets and small shrines protected families from evil spirits and brought good fortune. These objects show us how faith was lived in every detail of daily life. Ancient Egypt had a hierarchical society, but far from what many imagine, it was not composed only of pharaohs and slaves. There was a surprising diversity of professions, from farmers, artisans, and merchants to scribes and priests. The scribes, for example, were essential figures, responsible for documenting harvests, taxes, and even epic stories. They mastered hieroglyphic writing, a complex system that required years of training. The artisans, in turn, played a crucial role in building the great monuments, but also in producing everyday objects, such as pottery, textiles, and jewelry. It was demanding work, but highly valued. Interestingly, the Egyptians also had a sense of humor and did not hesitate to make satirical criticisms of their leaders through drawings and inscriptions. On the other hand, women played important roles in Egyptian society, enjoying rights that were uncommon for the time, such as the ability to own land, seek a divorce, and manage businesses. This balance of roles reflects the complexity of a society that, even thousands of years ago, astonishes with its organization. Ancient Egypt is perhaps best known for its beliefs about the afterlife. For the Egyptians, death was only a passage to a new existence, a view that shaped their entire culture. Mummification, for example, was a complex and expensive process, reserved for the elites, but the belief in immortality was universal. Even the humblest farmers had small tombs and amulets to protect their journey to the afterlife. The pyramids, so iconic, were just one part of the Egyptian funerary landscape. Temples, tombs decorated with scenes of life, and sacred texts like the Book of the Dead were used to ensure a safe passage to the afterlife. This book, a collection of spells and prayers, was essential to help the deceased face the challenges in the world of the dead and reach the eternal paradise known as the Fields of Reeds. Ancient Egypt, beyond the pyramids, was a vibrant world, full of life, culture, and spirituality. Its history serves as a reminder that, behind the architectural wonders, there were ordinary people with dreams, challenges, and a profound respect for the world around them. This is the true legacy of ancient Egypt, the ability to inspire and connect with us, even after millennia. If you enjoyed this journey through time, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and share this video with friends who also love history. And let us know in the comments, which part of Egyptian life fascinated you the most? See you in the next video.